Part 3. Continuing where I left off, I need to improve power delivery because I'm having to be a little too easy on the throttle mid-corner. I mean, I could just drive the car as it is, but I could also improve it. However, the changes necessary to make the car better on the throttle will also make the car understeer a little bit more. So that is something that's going to have to be dealt with when it happens. So first, instead of doing the spring rate, I'm going to do this. That'll give me a bit more steering response, and I'm going to try it out.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 200 past junction. Right 5. Into left 5, don't cut past junction. 100.
I'm not getting that much understeer from the
right
anti-roll change.
Past junction, 80. Turn left 1, don't cut, 80. Turn left 1, don't cut, 80. Left 6 over crest, keep in.
That brake understeer might be able to be adjusted with the rebound.
To finish.
But I'm definitely going to need to increase the front spring rate. Hopefully the anti-roll was just a little bit under anti-rolled. I don't know what that means. Hopefully the stiffness was just a little bit too soft or weak, which would cause a reduction in grip if the anti-roll is a little bit too weak. I have no way of knowing. I don't have any telemetry. I'm going to increase the spring rate though in the front. Basically with anti-roll is front and rear anti-roll is you get more and more grip with the stiffer anti-roll up to a certain point to where the outer tire is overloaded too much from the cornering force, and you need to find that out with either feel or telemetry. Since there's no telemetry, I have to do it by feel and get as close as possible.
2, 1, go. 200 past junction. Right 5. Into left 5, don't cut past junction. 100.
So I'm actually not understeering.
Into right 6 over crest past junction. 80.
With the changes I made.
Turn left 1, don't cut. 80.
However, I will understeer on the brakes.
Turn left 1, don't cut. 80.
So the power delivery is so much better.
Left 6 over crest, keep in.
And I need to change the
150 through dip. Finish.
What do you call it? Differential driving lock. But not yet. I need to increase the front spring a little bit more. And then I'll try and get the car to oversteer on the brakes again with the either brake bias or rear damping. Or even rear spring. First I want to get the power delivery to where I want it.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 200 past junction. Right 5. Into left 5, don't cut past junction. 100. Crest past junction. Into right 6 over crest past junction. 80. Turn left 1, don't cut. 80. Turn left 1, don't cut, 80. Left 6 over crest, keep in. 150 through dip. To finish.
So I'm going to keep increasing this front spring rate. Yeah, I'm going to go back to how it was before with the brake bias and increase the front spring rate and see if I can get the car to perform the way I want. Let's see, so the car was at maximum front spring rate. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go up to 2 and see how that does. So if the rear end snaps loose, I'm going to
2, 1, go. 200 past
increase
junction.
the rear damper.
Right 5. Into left 5.
The rear rebound
past
damper.
Junction. 100. Crest past junction. Into
Getting a
right
little bit of
6 over
understeer,
crest past junction.
but it's manageable.
80. Turn left 1, don't cut. 80. Turn left 1, don't cut.
The brakes are actually pretty
80.
good.
Left 6 over crest, keep in.
There's actually a little bit
150 through dip.
a little bit more oversteer than I need on the brakes. So I can increase that. I'm going to try it back, try the front suspension back to where it was, I think around right here. It's either here or here. And see if it understeers too much in the high-speed section.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 200 past junction. Right 5. Into left 5, don't cut past junction. 100. Crest past junction. Into right 6 over crest past junction. 80. Turn left.
And there's
1,
a bit of
don't
understeer.
cut, 80. Turn left 1, don't cut, 80. Left 6 over crest, keep in. 150 through dip. Finish.
So, let's see, front suspension, bring this down. I'm going to bring it down to here. It was here before I moved it up. Yeah, I'm going to do this so I don't have as much understeer mid-corner. And then it's probably going to oversteer on the brakes a lot more.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 200 past junction. Right 5. Into left 5, don't cut past junction. 100.
So the car performs
Crest
much better
past
through
junction.
that section
Into right 6 over
with
crest
a
past
softer
junction.
front spring rate.
80. Turn left 1, don't cut. 80. Turn left 1, don't cut. 80. Left 6 over crest, keep in. 150 through dip.
Weird. So with the front spring rate change, the car is actually, it's weird. The car isn't, instead of the rear end snapping loose on the brakes, it's more gradually losing grip in the rear on the brakes, and so it's actually less, quote unquote, less oversteery on the brakes, but it's due to a different what do you call it, different tire loading. So what was happening before was the front springs were stiff, causing them to load up more on the brakes, right? The tires, the surface of the tire, which was causing the car to understeer. But then I would over brake, so brake a little too hard, and cause the rear tires to lock up, or not quite lock up, but because they're experiencing resistance from the drivetrain, but slow down more than the front, so that they slipped and causing the car to snap loose. But now what's happening is the tires aren't loading up as quickly in the front on the brakes, so that the car steers a little bit more, and when the rear end breaks loose, it breaks loose with less brake force. And so I'm instead of it locking up the rear and spinning, I'm not locking up the rear because I have less brake force in the turn to get the oversteer. Hopefully that made sense. Let's see. What do I want the car to do? Four shakedowns remaining. I'm actually going to try reducing the rebound a little bit, because it's not necessarily, it's like I said, I need more yaw because I'm on the brakes, because I'm using less brake force, which is not locking up the rear as much. So I need to change the loading so that the rear end will come loose a little bit more on the brakes with less brake force.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 200 past junction. Right 5. Into left 5, don't cut past junction. 100. Crest past junction. Into right 6 over crest past junction. 80. Turn left 1, don't cut. 80. Turn left 1, don't cut. 80.
Oh, a little too much rebound.
Left
Change.
6 over crest, keep in. 150 through dip. Finish.
So that's going there for now. Let's do another shakedown. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 200 past junction. Right 5. Into left 5, don't cut past junction. 100. Crest past junction. Into right 6 over crest past junction. 80. Turn
Where'd
left
that
1,
come
don't
from?
cut. 80. Turn left 1, don't cut.
Much better
80.
on the brakes.
Left 6 over crest, keep in. 150 through dip. Finish.
So I'm getting a little bit of, the car is more stable on the brakes in a straight line. However, I need the car to yaw a bit more on the brakes in the turns. but not break loose like it was with the damper change. So I'm going to try changing the spring rate. And then if that doesn't work, I'll try changing the bump damper and moving the spring rate back down, possibly. That's actually probably what's going to end up happening. This is going to be a little bit too much rear spring.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 200 past junction.
I don't know yet, though.
Right 5.
We'll find out.
Into left 5, don't cut past junction. 100. Crest past junction.
So the understeer wasn't there that time.
Past junction. 80. Turn left 1,
however,
don't
the steering
cut.
response
80.
is kind of crappy. Pardon my language.
Turn left 1, don't cut. 80.
The
left 6 over
braking
crest,
performance is actually really good with that
150 through dip.
Spring rate change.
Finish.
All right. I'm going to try changing the rear damper anyway. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm going to go up 2 and try that out with one more shakedown.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 200 past junction. Right 5. Into left 5, don't cut past junction. 100. Crest past junction. Into right 6 over crest past junction. 80. Turn left 1, don't cut. 80. Turn left 1, don't cut. 80. Left 6 over crest, keep in. 150 through dip. To finish.
I'm not quite sure. I'm probably gonna just reduce the damper one, just cause. And then with this final stage test, I'm going to try increasing the driving luck and seeing how that performs. And I'm going to go through the full changes. Oh, wrong button. Brakes. Rear differential, which may change. This is probably going to be the last part. Gears. Front suspension. Front damping. Oh, this can also change. I'm going to do that also. Hopefully that reduces the snappiness. It'll make the car easier to rotate on throttle, so it won't snap loose, or it'll be less likely to snap loose. Rear suspension. Rear damper. And save changes.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 200 past junction. Right 5. Into left 5, don't cut past junction. 100. Crest past junction. Into right 6 over crest, past junction, 80. Turn left 1, don't cut, 80. Turn left 1, don't cut, 80. Left 6 over crest, keep in. 150 through dip, and crest past junction. Care jump maybe past junction, 80, past junction. Right 6,
So to reduce
100.
the rear end from snapping loose,
crest.
I would like to
Turn right 1.
increase the front
Don't
spring
cut.
rate.
Into turn right 1, don't cut,
That is
past
the rear end
junction,
from snapping loose on the
80.
throttle. I would like to increase the front
Past
spring rate,
junction,
but I
80.
get too much
Left 6.
understeer
Right 4,
because I
past
can't
junction,
reduce the
80.
anti-roll much more,
Left 5.
or you can't increase the
100
rear
past
anti-roll much
junctions.
more, one or the other.
Right 5 over crest.
I prefer
Care
to
left
increase the
3,
rear
don't cut,
anti-roll.
past junction. Double caution dip, right 5. Immediate hairpin left round bales, keep in, rocks on exit, 200. Crest jump maybe, 80. Bump junction. Into left 6 long, bump and crest.
So
Caution braking left 3.
the
Right
fast bump
6,
damping needs to
130.
be adjusted a little bit better.
Caution right 5. And turn right 4, don't cut. Into turn square left, don't cut, keep in, rocks on exit. 250 crest.
Yeah, I really
And
would like to
caution
increase
crest,
the
immediate
front
left
spring
5,
rate.
don't cut. 250 down. Turn right 4 through dip, don't cut, narrows. 80 crest. Into right 5. Left 6. Caution braking, turn square right, deceptive. 40, past junction. 80. Turn left 1 long, cut. 60. Right 5 long, 100 through dip. Care, turn left 1, don't cut, opens. 100. Caution tight chicane, right entry, 150. Caution tight chicane, left entry, 200. Care, turn square right, don't cut, truck on exit. 60 crest. Past junction. Right 3, don't cut. 100 through dip, past junction. Left 5 tightens 3, don't cut, 60. Right 3 opens long, past junction. Down. Turn square right, don't cut, 80. Left 5 long, don't cut, 150. Caution turn right 2, don't cut. Immediate turn left 4, don't cut. 150 past laybys. Right 5 continues 100. Into caution turn left 5 bad camber, keep mid on exit. Past junction 80 crest. Left 4 over crest, don't cut, 80. Right 6, don't cut, 80. Bump dip.
Yeah, I need to increase
Right
the front
3
spring
half
rate
long,
to
don't cut, past
stop that from
junction.
happening.
Left 6 past junction,
Or I need to
don't
reduce
cut.
the rear,
And dip.
spring rate.
Right 5 60 past junction, 80. Crest.
but I need the rear
Turn
spring
left
rate
2,
for
don't
the
cut.
braking performance.
100.
Actually, maybe I could reduce the rear spring rate,
Right, don't cut.
but that was
Turn
braking over
acute
the
left,
crest,
don't
so
cut.
it's not a really
150.
good situation to judge the braking
Crest
performance.
past junction, left 5, into right 5 over crest, into caution, left 5 long, braking through gate, turn right 3, don't cut, and right 5 tightens 4 through dip, into left 4, don't cut, opens long, 80, caution hairpin left, down, into acute right, down, into left 6, 80, right 6, 80, care right 4 rocks on exit, left 5, 100 through dip, caution braking open hairpin left, down, into hairpin right, don't cut, 200. Left 5 over crest, deceptive, 100 down.
Yeah, I really don't like the power delivery right now.
Caution braking, turn open hairpin right, don't cut, 80. Crest 80, right 6, through dip, 100.
I might even want just, I'd rather have the understeer.
Double caution, keep left at junction, jump maybe, keep mid, rocks on exit.
Whoa, hit the grass. Let's see.
100 through dip, right 6
So I
to
think
finish.
there will be a fourth part to this. I'm not satisfied with what I have right now. I want it to be better. Alright, till the next one.